Hi, this is Redwood Roy. I'm leaning up against a redwood tree on my property. It's next to Highway 236. Um, this is the entrance to Teddy Roosevelt area where Teddy Roosevelt went through when he opened up the Big Basin Redwood State Park, which is adjacent back in 1902. This is called the Kaler Microbasin Wildlife and Wilderness Preserve. I've had the land for a little over 30 years, and I've dealt unsuccessfully with the planning department in getting permits for that period of time. I've planted 7,800 redwood trees, most of which have survived. A few have been cut down by government here and there. And I've hauled away 72 pickup loads of trash left by people in general along the highway. I've maintained about 2.5 miles of highway frontage of trash and debris left by passersby. I've pulled up 2.5 million French broom plants, or sometimes Scotch broom. They are invasive and hard on the local ecosystem. I've been successful in that without using any pesticides and herbicides. So this is a great day in the woods. It kind of fog rained a little bit last night, which was really nice. The trees have been pretty thirsty, and vegetation is happy to have a tiny bit of water. Tiny bit is way better than none. We have a vehicle coming by. And Ranger truck. Where it's gone. Does anybody, do you have a question or?
Yeah, what's some of the things that the redwoods have inspired you to invent since you've been here, Roy?
Oh wow. Well, the redwoods put out oxygen. They put out negative ions, both of which are very useful to humans and thinking. I've, since being here, got involved with in shipping some products from the land, setting up China to do solar cells. They're now the world's leader. So they got a fab line and a source for high purity silicon, which I arranged. That was associated with the land. I've put together the technical stuff for a solar powered light rail vehicle, Soul Train, was demonstrated to the city of Capitola at a nearby Big Trees and Roaring Camp Railroad. Hauled a couple hundred passengers sequentially. Shipped over from the property materials, prototypes, molds, parts for setting up an electric car factory in China. I actually, on the property, got offered a job by a Chinese general, and he was directed to make this offer to me to be science advisor to the Chinese government, cabinet level position. which unfortunately for social or um, um, family reasons I had to turn down at that time. There have been technical inventions done. There have been a number of electric car conversion kits. There have been parts for them. There have been electric vehicle chassis and Volkswagen related and primarily Volkswagen for conversion to electric. Not all of the property here, but a total of about 1,250 kits were made, most of them before acquiring the property. And I've provided a lot of technical advice and support to various countries and continents. I think to all except Antarctica. Long ago, I did get offered a job by Stanford in Antarctica, but if weather was bad, it would have turned into a 2-year stint, which was a little bit too long to endure that cold. I did turn that down. Speaking of Stanford, my ring here has a logo on the side of Stanford, and that's a redwood tree. And my going to Stanford was where I first got really introduced to redwoods and fell in love with them. And that led to me, after a long succession of events, to acquire this property and save these trees. I've been highly motivated. More than 97 or 8% of the original redwood trees have been cut, and that's totally wrong. Side issue, I did manage to save a dawn redwood that the Chinese presented to the city of Palo Alto. Organized a team to keep it watered during a previous drought. I love the land. I love what the land can do. The county, of course, is not happy with it. They're wanting to maximize their revenue from it. They're trying to take the land from me, not by eminent domain, but by writing new codes that I'm in violation of, and then fining me. And so far, they've managed to run up about $25 million in potential fines. I could talk for hours on that. Here comes another vehicle. Another park ranger coming by. Doing a U-turn here. So back to things on the land that have been done. Technical stuff. I did get verbal permission from the county to set up paintball. And I set up 2 fields, invested 10 grand, put a half year into it, had a lot of people excited. 2 weeks before it was opening, as I'm mailing out the flyers, the land was converted into a no-shoot zone, so that terminated that. I wasn't into paintball, but I do have a military background. And I was on the Stanford pistol team for 3 years, so I have technical skills. Anyhow, probably that's about it for today. We'll carry on with another one in a few days, some more info. And thank you for your interest and attention.